you'll take your seats, we'll start our March 15th council meeting. Thank you all very much for coming. Tonight, the invocation will be given by Bonnie King Moran, a Wayside Baptist Church member, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be given by the police, well, of course, always the Police Explorers, and our Vice Mayor, Judy Wallman. Would you all please stand?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, and all of the Homestead representatives, and those of you who reside in the community. Now, you may laugh, you may think I'm crazy, but I do take time to pray daily for our staff here and those behind the scenes that so many times go unnoticed. And I write my prayers, but don't think that all of this is the prayer tonight, please. I'm going to try to condense what I have written today and on my way home from church yesterday. So if you would like to bow your head, or if you serve your reverence and just looking around, do it as you must. But let's go to God in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, as we come before you tonight, we thank you for giving us the United States, this great city that we call Homestead, Florida, the many representatives that we have here on council. Dear Lord, there's so many that go unnoticed. Our servicemen, the teachers, the parents, maybe just the lady in the rear who does the dishes daily, dear Lord. And let's not forget the lost and the blameless and those who we fail to see from time to time. And thank you for giving us a heart of compassion, dear Lord, to help the needy and the less fortunate. As our community grows and we find unity in our community, dear Lord, we thank you that these people that represent us will stand tall and that they will be the stronghold of our community, and they'll leave a legacy long after they're gone, and others will walk in their steps like they today are walking in another's. Dear Lord, don't let us stumble and fall, and don't let us cause pretense and falseness to come into another's life. Dear Lord, and when we talk, let us talk with truth. Don't let us talk in a gossip manner. Don't let us hold any grudges against our neighbor, dear Lord. We are brothers and sisters in our diversified community, dear Lord. We love you. We thank you for loving us in our unloving nature. We ask you for protection, for travel mercies, dear Lord, and those who are not here tonight, whether it be sick, whether it's the loss of a loved one, dear Lord, or whether they're rejoicing with a newcomer coming into their lives. Dear God, we ask you to continue to protect us, and thank you once again for our staff, those that have been here before them, our forefathers, and the many who stand here tall tonight, proud to call Homestead, Florida, their community. Amen.
Amen.
Please join with me as we pledge allegiance to our great nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Forward, march.
Please take your seat. Thank you. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Burgess?
Here.
Councilwoman Lobo? Here. Councilman Maldonado?
Here.
Councilman Shelley?
Here.
Councilman Williams?
Here.
Vice Mayor Wallman? Here. Mayor Bateman?
Here. Public comment. We're going to open the mic for public comment. We've moved it up to almost number 1 now. Public comment. Going once. Public comment going twice. Wow, what happened? We had a lot of people the first couple meetings. All right, no public comment. Very good, thank you. That means they're all happy. Additions, deletions, and deferrals. Council? Addition, deletions, deferrals.
Mayor, item I.
Item I.
Yes.
Dare to Dream, you want to pull that?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor.
Yes, Vice Mayor.
Commissioner Sorensen, do you know, we may have to put if they're not here on time, he may need to be moved down a little bit, the revitalization.
Not a problem, not a problem.
Thank you.
I think right now, she's 4 or 5 down. So, all right, moving to special presentations.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, there's one addition, the PNC appointments.
Okay, are they on here?
On
We got a pink sheet?
They're in your pink revised at the end.
Okay, that'll come at the end, right? Wow. Okay,
The revised copy.
okay, good deal. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, we need a motion to amend the agenda and to remove I and add those appointments.
Oh, okay, motion to move to amend the agenda, removing I and adding the P and Z nominations. We got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Councilman Burgess?
Yes.
Councilwoman Vogel? Yes. Councilman Maldonado?
Yes.
Councilman Shelley?
Yes.
Councilman Williams?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Waldman? Yes. Mayor Bateman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Hands them in. Thank you. I want to recognize a couple of people here tonight. Of course, our wonderful County Commissioner Katie Sorensen. She's going to be up in a few minutes. We love her. We have a gentleman here tonight running for the State House of Representatives. Candidate he's a candidate for District 112, Johnny Perez. Are you here? Johnny, hi, good to see you, Johnny. We have a judicial candidate, Patricia Kopaka. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, Ms. Wallman, would you like to handle C? We're going to...
Mr. Maldonado.
I got C, it says Wallman, but that's fine. What do we have? I see, sorry. Bike Day, I'm sorry. The pink sheet. Bike Day. All right. Thank you, Mr. Maldonado.
Thank you, Mayor. Might have been a little change here. Ms. Muncy, please come up. Ms. Muncy, on behalf of Jackie Fowden, the Chief of Staff of Dr. Larry Feldman, the school board member, we're going to talk about a bike day event that we're going to be holding here in the city, so thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Bateman and honorable council members. My name is Urs Muncy. I'm here on behalf of Dr. Larry Feldman, School Board Member, District 9. The office of Dr. Larry Feldman is planning to bring the Bike Day series to Homestead Senior High on April 17th of 2010. In collaboration with the City of Homestead, the District 9 office invites the Homestead and Southdale Senior High feeder patterns, that is all schools that feed into Homestead and Southdale Senior High, along with the District 9 charter schools to attend this free event. Bike Day Homestead will feature an informational and safety fair that will take place from 8 to 9:30 a.m. and will feature free bike helmets provided by Kohl's Department Store, bike helmet fittings by Miami Children's Hospital, safety lessons by UM's Bike Safe program, and exciting entertainment by the Tim Hardaway Foundation. Participants are encouraged to bring their bikes, trikes, and strollers and join us along the scenic 4.5-mile loop, which will return us to the side of the start line at Homestead Senior High. The official ride will begin at 9:30 a.m. and the school police will serve as escorts. We are in the process of working with donors and sponsors to help coordinate efforts. Community organizations are encouraged to contact the District 9 office for an opportunity to have a display table booth at the informational fair portion of the event. We're looking forward to a wonderful collaboration with the city and this and future events. Thank you.
Thank you. I know I've had the pleasure of sitting in on a couple of meetings, and it's going to be a nice event. I know it was very successful in Pinecrest, and we're sure it's going to be successful here. Johnny Ferris, would you like to say a few words? I'm sorry I introduced you, but I didn't see anybody jump for the microphone, so I'll back up if you'd like to campaign a little bit. 3 minutes, no more.
Not a problem, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor.
Good evening.
And all council members. Thank you for the opportunity to present myself here as a candidate for the State of Representatives, District 112. District 112 encompasses City of Doral, Town of Medley, Hialeah Gardens, Miramar, Pembroke Pines, and all the way west into Naples. Homestead doesn't go into District 112, but as a representative, when you pass laws, legislation, you represent and affects everyone. So the representatives actually work hand in hand to help make change. Now, for those that don't know who I am, my name is Johnny G. Farias. I am a small business owner. I'm a father of 5. I'm an electrician, not a politician. And if I've held any offices, no, but with 5 children in my home, you can say I'm the mayor of my house also. So there we go. For those that want to know more about me, my website is www.voteforjohnny.com. And my phone number's there. You can email me, contact me. It's my cell phone. I'm the one that picks up the phone. And once again, thank you very much, everyone. And thank you, Mayor and Councilman Jimmy Williams, for their endorsement. Thank you, everyone, and good evening.
Patricia?
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. My name is Patricia Kopko. I'm running for Circuit Court Judge, and I run countywide, which means all the way from Homestead up to North Miami. Prior to being a lawyer, I was a journalist. I worked for NBC for most of my adult life, my 20s and 30s. I spent most of my time in Latin and South America, mostly in San Salvador and Nicaragua. Spent a lot of time in Haiti, Cuba, Colombia. The day that Noriega was taken hostage, taken by the U.S., I was taken hostage by Noriega's defense forces, and I was ultimately rescued by the 82nd Airborne Division. As a result of that, I got a cheese basket from NBC for my heroic efforts, and our office was closed 2 weeks later. As a result of that, I had to find another career, so I went to law school. I went to the University of Miami, graduated from there when I was about 40, although I hate to say that. I was a prosecutor at the state attorney's office doing domestic violence prosecution. I ultimately left after that and went to work for a family law firm where I became a partner. I'm board certified in family law, and about 3 years ago I decided to go out on my own so that I could take pro bono cases and do some things for the community. I am running for judge, as I said, countywide, circuit court. In my spare time, my community work, I do dog everything. I do dog rescue, I do dog therapy. I'm the president of every dog club, it seems, in Dade and Broward County. One of our club members is in Haiti as we speak doing search and rescue. I am happy to say that we have equipped every truck in Miami-Dade County, every fire truck, with oxygen masks for dogs, cats, and birds. So that's what I do in my spare time. I hope that on August 24th, when you go out and vote, you will look at everyone's qualifications, their life experience, their legal experience, and you will vote for judges and vote smartly for judges, and I hope you will consider me at that time. Again, my name is Patricia Kopko, and I thank you so much for allowing me to speak today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patricia. Okay, Miss Wallman, the lovely Miss Homestead. Miss Wallman.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight it's my pleasure to introduce to you our new Miss Homestead. Her name is Carla Duke. Yeah, oh, it's pronounced Duke. She attends Mast Academy, and she's 18 years old and a senior in high school. Her platform is drunk driving and underage drinking awareness. Her talent is the piano, and we'll have to bring a piano in here one of these days because we've had so many vocalists. But she will entertain us with your heart. That was what you had played for the pageant. Oh, okay. Her career ambitions are to be a pharmacist, and she works 2 part-time jobs. One is a lifeguard at the YMCA and a pharmacy assistant at Royal Palm Pharmacy. So I'd like to introduce to you Carla and let her tell you a little bit about her platform.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as she said, my name is Carla Duke, and I chose this platform taking a stand against teen usage of drugs and alcohol. I suffered from the death of a close friend, so I want to be able to embark in this community, encouraging young teenagers to have the self-confidence they need to make the right choice as opposed to the popular choice. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've asked Carla to stay up here just for a few minutes because now I want to introduce to you our new Miss Outstanding teen. Her name is Crystal Ruiz, and Crystal is 14 years old. She attends South 8 High. She's in the 9th grade. Her platform is Hand on Miami, excuse me, the importance of community service. She is a talented dancer, and she did dance, I imagine, at the pageant, correct? Okay. She did dance at the pageant. Her goal is to attain her BA with a, wow, this is impressive, her BA with a major in forensic science. Chief, got somebody over here for you. And technology with a minor in dance. She would like to become a CSI in her career, and she is a member of the Junior Honor Society, taking AP classes in school, and has been on the honor roll since 1st grade. Now I'm going to tell you a little something about this young lady here. And this is a story that just warms my heart. Elvis and I, and Jimmy, I believe, we were all over at Waterstone one day, and we were doing hot dogs, and well, no, just hot dogs, weren't we? We didn't have enough money to do hamburgers. We were just doing hot dogs and during the campaign. And I met her father. Would you please stand up? This is Mr. Ruiz. And, you know, we were expecting these really tough political questions and talk about taxes, and he says, Miss Walden, how can I get my daughter involved? And I said, oh my goodness. So that's what happened, didn't it? Yeah. And I just wanted to applaud your dad, because he is just such a hands-on father, so caring, so loving, wanting to make sure his daughter is very happy in what she wanted to do, and I just think that's so special. So I wish more dads were like you, sir. You deserve a lot of credit.
Hello everyone, at this State, I am Krista Ruiz, and I am so happy to be here. I look forward to being in my community more, now being as the Miss Homestead Outstanding Teen for 2010. And right here in Homestead, I would like to start a project that will benefit Homestead. I have an idea to help at-risk children who are students in the Homestead area in need of clothing. There is an organization, Need Stuff, which is part of my platform on the Hands on Miami organization, where I volunteer regularly. That provides shoes, socks, school backpacks filled with Need Stuff, all for $50 per child. I would like to recruit a few students from my high school, determine which schools is needed for this type of assistance, how many children, and let's say about 30 to 50 students. I will then need the support of many sponsors who are willing to help with this cause and give back to their community. I am sure with the support of many businesses out there, I will be able to accomplish this goal. I will work hard to be a role model and to support the Miss Homestead Outstanding Teen pageant, and as rewarding an experience and benefit towards the Miss Homestead, the Miss America Outstanding Teen. I thank you for being here, and once again, I am Krista Ruiz, your 2010 Miss Homestead Outstanding Teen.
I just want to tell you, this was the first pageant that I missed, I think, since the beginning of time, and I had the flu, so I'm so sorry. But congratulations to both of you. You're going to be wonderful representatives of our community, and we'd like to always, I'm sure the mayor would agree, get you involved with some of the things that we're doing. You're welcome to come to our Easter egg hunt that's coming up and a lot of other things, and I'll be in touch with Mary Jane, and we'll get it all together, okay? So can we get a picture? I don't know if I want to get a picture.
Good picture.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Next item, downtown revitalization presentation from our own Katie Sorensen, Victor Dover and Dover Cole and Partners. Please, the podium's yours.
Thank you. Thank you, and good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and I'm Katie Sorensen.
County Commissioner and proud politician, and it's not a dirty word. And I have proudly served the community of Homestead for almost 16 years. One of the great delights I've had as a county commissioner is being able to learn a lot about new urbanism, about walkable, pedestrian-friendly communities. And one of my passions, or I guess one of my aspirations for Homestead is that the downtown will finally one day be revitalized and beautiful, because I think of it as the gem of this community and something that is still a diamond in the rough. So I've had the great pleasure of learning from Victor Dover, who I'm about to introduce, because he has done work all over the world, but also locally. He's done work in South Miami, and if you see South Miami's downtown, you see that people are walking all over it, having dinner outside, enjoying the shopping. He's done work with the downtown Kendall Charette, and I watched him work on that process as well, and now that's become a very prosperous area. He established Dover Coal & Partners in 1987 and serves as the principal in charge. The practice focuses on the creation and restoration of real neighborhoods as the basis for sound communities. And I think probably we could all agree on that. And he's personally led over 100 charrettes worldwide. So he's been around. He lectures widely around the United States and internationally on the topics of livable communities and sustainable development. He was cited by Architecture magazine as being among the country's best urban designers and architects. He is vice chair of the Congress for the New Urbanism and was the founding chair of the CNU, Congress for New Urbanism, Florida chapter, the first of its kind. And I also want to tell you that there is a conference in Atlanta coming up for the Congress on New Urbanism, May 19th to 22 in Atlanta. And Mayor Paul Broman just sent me an email saying if we could get some of our South Dade communities to go, that would be great. So you might want to consider, if you have any travel budget, of sending one or two of you to go. It's, their website is cnu.org/CNU18. And I'll send you the link to all of you. But with that, I do take great pleasure in introducing someone who's taught me a great deal, Victor Dover.
Thank you, Commissioner. And Mayor and council members, it's a pleasure to be in Homestead to talk to. Pam Stacy is with me, also from Dover Coal. We're town planners, carpetbaggers, but just from South Miami, not from that far away. We are interested in promoting healthy, walkable, livable communities, and you have one here that was historically thought about that way when Homestead was first established, when Chrome Avenue first became your main street. And so Commissioner Sorensen asked me to give some lightning, quick, refresher kind of encouragement, some food for thought for you about what makes a difference in downtown revitalization, kind of an ABCs. And we'll do it very, very fast. The thing that makes it work, revitalization, is for people to want to be there and choose to be there, not because they have to, but because that's the place to be. We've been watching downtown Homestead with great interest since Andrew, and you know the charge you have is really the stewardship of a state treasure, a regional treasure, even a national treasure. Why is it so special? Because it's an authentic small town. You know, in the same period, since 1992, we watched downtown South Miami, as the Commissioner mentioned, go through a similar renaissance from, in 92, boarded up storefronts and very low rents and a great uncertainty about what it would become, to now a thriving Main Street with white tablecloth restaurants where the boarded up stores used to be, and of course also and high rents and prosperity. The lesson we learned there in downtown South Miami is that for revitalization, you have to be true to your roots, and that is the design of a traditional American small town. Now, all over the country, you can see examples like this. We know them in South Miami, where old alleys became the social center of the community. But if you just travel, you're going to see street after street after street and say, Chrome Avenue was born to be a street like that. It was begun with that kind of idea. What they did was not by being more like the mall or more like the strip shopping centers, but by being like a town. And the thing that makes a town is when the effort that you put in to the public spaces between buildings is coordinated with the effort your investors put in to the private space, the buildings on both sides. Having great streets and great public spaces. That's what peer communities like Winter Park in Central Florida have done. When they got to the point where they wondered how to revitalize downtown Winter Park, they didn't pave Central Park to solve the parking problem. Instead, they said Central Park and Park Avenue are our signature places, our postcard places. And they preserved them and enhanced them and played them up. And that made all the difference. In Fort Myers, this is a new building, if you can believe that. A similar renaissance is going on. This is a brand new hotel in the downtown, a block off the main street. This happened in Fort Myers after they fixed the rule book that controls development. And this might surprise you, among other things, repealing the minimum parking requirements altogether, repealing them. So some surprising things have happened in downtowns that don't work like the mall or the apartment complexes or office parks. Now, downtowns don't just have retail. I need just a few things to think about. They have a mix of things. They have a number of things going on. Downtowns that are successful have working going on and shopping, but also living and eating and school and culture. And if you think about downtown Homestead and Chrome Avenues and its environs, all of those ingredients are there. So one revitalization thought for you tonight is about, over the coming 10 years, how would you like to see them brought closer together? How would you like to see the lost spaces between those things filled with more that binds them together? Now, downtowns are always flanked with diverse and plentiful housing of all kinds, small things and large things to own or rent in a variety of prices. So that's also needs to continue to be an objective in a place like this. Number two, just 4 things. The streets. The streets are the most important asset in revitalization. And I'm talking about the space between buildings. So this is what actually sells the real estate in real towns. And it's what makes the place. It's like a room in a great street where it's got a spatial, defined character to it. And this is where the walls are like the buildings on the sides, forming walls. And the floor is the roadway and the sidewalks. It's as simple as that. When we go out on the strip, we don't see that. The buildings are set so far apart or set so far back behind parking that those two pieces don't go together and don't make a place. But this idea, that proportion of height to width that you have to get right, is really well understood. It's not at all new, and it certainly is visible on Chrome Avenue. So if you think about what the pioneer founders did when they said, let's make a town, they brought the buildings forward and they shaped the space of the street. Great streets always get this right. This is Fort Myers again. It's not too low or too flat in height compared to the width. Third idea, civic presence. In towns, the civic buildings and the places of worship and these kind of things are like anchors. They're just as important in towns as the anchor stores were in the malls in the 70s and 80s. So the presence of civic and cultural life, you see it in real towns. Here's a picture of Savannah on one of the squares. The landmark buildings are always there and they're always played up. This is how you signal civic presence. And the uses inside those buildings change over time. Homestead's founders understood this and they got this right. They positioned the buildings where you would see them and you would be reminded that this was one of those varied places. The last idea, contemporary revitalization processes, the stories that we hear about success stories always seem to feature some partnership and creative entrepreneurship. That's been a tradition here too, we understand that. If you look in newly glittering downtown Montgomery, Alabama, they did a few creative land swaps to bring new hotels into the old part of town. When the hotels had long shunned downtown and gone out onto the strip or at the interchanges, now they're coming back into the downtown because they'd made it possible. And one last thought. This is a chart that actually shows the vast wave of the baby boomers as they retire and the 20-somethings as they mount in number over the coming 15 years. And when you see those two waves converge, that's the demographic imperative we've heard about all our lives that says change is coming in our country and in our county. You have in downtown Homestead the best set up place in this part of the region to make ideal nesting places for a dramatically different population. And that includes the people that in the coming 20 years, because they're getting older or they're starting out, are going to be putting a premium on those walkable, interesting places that are alive And even as they abandon sprawl, they will be looking for places like you're creating in downtown Homestead. So we inherit these towns as works in progress, and we work on them and give them timely upgrades with every generation. I put on your desks a couple of things. One is from the CNU Florida chapter, a guidebook to examples of new urbanism and old urbanism all over the state. So when you travel, if you want to go see examples where these ideas have been put into play, you can see them. It's like a gazetteer. You can take it with you, and it has directions on how to find them. And then last, as the Commissioner mentioned, you're all invited in May, on May 19th, to come to Atlanta. The Congress for the New Urbanism this year is co-hosted by the Centers for Disease Control. They're going to be talking about the difference that getting community design makes on improving public health. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See, there's our county commissioner looking after us once again. Make that trip down here to introduce, very well-known person like you. It's great. Listen, we'll look at it, and we'll look to you for help.
All my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Katie. Okay, item G. Constitutional Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is Cliff Schulman here. Evening.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, my name is Cliff Schulman. I'm an attorney with the law firm presently of Greenberg and Troy, and I'm here representing Florida Hometown Democracy and those people who believe that there should be a no vote on November 10th on Florida Hometown Democracy. I know there's going to be important elections in August. You met some of the candidates. But on November 10th, the state of Florida is going to decide whether or not it's going to come out of this recession. Because on November 10th, the voters of the state of Florida will be confronted with an amendment that would require, if it passes, every amendment to any city or county comprehensive plan to go to a referendum before the voters. Now that sounds cute, it sounds nice, but just to give you an example, last year when Dade County was doing their EAR, their update of their master plan, there were 400 amendments to the Dade County master plan. That would mean, if this amendment passes, there would be 400 questions on the ballot for Dade County. City of Homestead is going to go through, if they have not already gone through, the revitalization and relook at their comprehensive plan every 7 years. Every change that you make, if you want to change a comma in your comprehensive plan under this amendment, would have to go to a special election before the electorate. Well, we've suggested, and there is a group called Floridians for Smarter Growth, that is composed of over 300 businesses in the state of Florida, including the Florida Chamber of Commerce. We want you to join the over 40 municipalities and counties that have come out against Amendment 4. The economic study that has been done on the impact of Amendment 4 indicates that if it passes, it will cost the state of Florida 264,000 jobs. Let me repeat that. 264,000 jobs. Florida has one of the highest unemployment rates in the United States today, over 11.5%. In fact, I saw yesterday, I think it's up to 11.7. All we really need in the state of Florida right now is to lose 265,000 jobs and $34 billion, let me say it again, billion in revenue. So the Chambers of Commerce of Florida have come out against Amendment 4. I will even tell you the strangest group of folks, 1,000 Friends of Florida, as you know, one of the protectors of Florida's environment, has refused to endorse Amendment 4. Florida Audubon Society has refused to endorse Amendment 4. It's a strange bedfellows when it comes to 1,000 Friends and the Florida Chamber of Commerce basically indicating that this amendment is not good for Florida. We are asking you to join the over 40 municipalities, including in Dade County, the city of Aventura, the city of Sunny Isles Beach, the city of North Miami, the city of Hialeah, the city of Miami Shores, have all indicated opposition to it. I believe you have before you a resolution indicating your opposition. We respectfully request that you give it favorable consideration tonight. Thank you. If there are any questions.
Thank you, sir. Questions from council? Any questions on Amendment 4?
Mr. Mayor, there is an item on our agenda, 6D, which is the resolution that approves this amendment that you can take up now, or it's part of the consent agenda a little bit later.
It's part of the consent agenda.
Yes,
but
it is.
you can just, we'll leave it there. I think you're in good hands.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, members of the council.
Thank you, sir.
The other thing I wanted to tell you as a personal note is that Cliff Shulman is probably among the 2 or 3 top land use lawyers in Miami-Dade County. He heads the national zoning and land use practice for Greenberg-Traurig. And I'm very proud to tell you that as of April 1st, Cliff is going to be joining our firm and as part of our private land use practice. And we're just happy to have. I didn't know he was on the agenda today until I looked at it. So I do want to introduce, because he may be down here representing the city of Homestead.
Part of the family, all right.
I started out in government, Mr. Mayor. I represented Miami-Dade County for 6 years as assistant county attorney, where I had a young whippersnapper assistant county attorney named Richard Weiss, who carried my briefcase around for about 2 years. And now the strange turn of events is Richard Weiss is going to be my boss. Go figure.
You got to watch him. Thank you, sir. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce this next one, National Police Memorial, Homestead Police Honor Guard. Please come forward. And the reason I didn't move you to the very front is I was enjoying looking at you guys in those sharp-looking uniforms back there.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, for having us. I usually get nervous when I talk, so I don't know why they picked me. Just want to tell you we're all very privileged and honored to be police officers for the city of Homestead. We love our city, we love our chief, and we love you guys.
Thank you.
You might not ask yourself, what is the honor guard and what do they do? Well, the task of the honor guard is basically to guard the remains of fallen officers. And what we do, we go to the police memorial every year. For the last few years we've gone and we've got to see our past, we had 2 officers that were killed in the line of duty, Chief Bryan and Chief Brantley. And we go there and we honor them, and we honor all the other officers there that have fallen in the line of duty. We also do other things. We walk in the parades in these nice little uniforms when it's like 90 degrees. We did the colors at the NASCAR race one year. That was fun. We also have done the opening ceremonies and the colors for the DEA building, and we'll be doing it for the FBI building coming up next week, I believe. The reason we're here is we just wanted to thank you for supporting us, and we'll be going to the memorial this year. We wanted to thank our chief, who always supports us. He's been great to us. Our Captain Kent, also great, and we wanted to give you guys a little token of our appreciation. We had a flag flown over the Capitol for you guys, for the mayor and the council. We had a flag flown over the Capitol for our chief. And we also have another presentation of a picture of 4 good-looking guys in front of the Capitol. Our honor guard, just so you know, consists of 7 people, 4 full-time officers and 3 reserve officers. And they were all busy today, so we wanted to take this flag and show our support to you guys. Mayor, Chief, you can come up. Well, here's the first flag for the mayor and the council. It was flown over the Capitol in 2008. We've had it quite a while. And we also have a picture of like the 4 good-looking guys. Dedicated to you. And then we also... Things are going now. Take a turn. We keep shutting off. And we wanted to thank our chief, which, like I said, we love the guy. He always supports us. And we really appreciate him very much. Thank you. And thank you all. Thank you. One more, just in case. Thank you.
Here's your work. I'd just like to say on behalf of Mayor and Council, ditto, we love our police department as much as they love us. Thank you, guys. Okay, next items have been scratched, so, internal revenue, oh no, I'm sorry, the Barbara Nelson Red Cross Service Award, Ms. Wallman?
I'd like to ask Michelle Moss and Cindy Kendall to come forward, please. These two ladies have been awarded a very, very, very prestigious honor, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about both of them. Very lucky that I can call both of them my friends. Cindy, she has been employed with the Community Bank of Florida for 16 years, and she is the Assistant Vice President and Director of Marketing. She is very proud to work for an organization that encourages all their employees to serve in the community and serves as an example to its staff by the many organizations they are involved in. Ms. Kendall became involved with the Red Cross when a good friend and longtime Red Cross volunteer, Martha Barron, remember her well, invited her to join the South American Red Cross Ball Committee. It was an eye-opening experience to Cindy. She was able to learn about the Red Cross and the humanitarian work that they do. And after meeting the committee members and the Red Cross staff, it was very easy for her to say yes and to have the privilege to spread the word about the American Red Cross. In 2001, she was asked to chair the South Aid Red Cross Ball Committee and was excited to take on an even larger role. That year, she received the, do I pronounce this right, Lowly and Conway Hamilton Award for her work with the South Aid Ball that year. In 2002, she was joined by Michelle as co-chair, and together they have been recognized 8 more times for the success of the South Aid Ball. They could not possibly have continued the success if it not for their hard-working committee members, and I see Ms. Lauren back there, which we haven't seen in a while. And are there other committee members here for the Red Cross? Oh, just Lauren, okay. But anyway, Cindy continues to live in Homestead with her husband and her husband Steve for 23 years, and they have one daughter, Chloe, who attends Florida State University. And Miss Michelle, I don't know how she does all she does, but she's an amazing woman. She's been a part of the Red Cross since 1997, correct, Michelle? And along with her co-chair of the Red Cross Ball Committee, Cindy. The Red Cross South Aid Ball is one of the South Aid's most anticipated social events, and I missed it this year because I had the flu. And it's attended by more than 300 community leaders. In addition to the Red Cross, Michelle is an active volunteer at Homestead Middle School, and during her 6 years with the Band Booster Club, she has served in various roles, including that of president, treasury, and secretary. She would organize the band's fundraisers, parades, student performances, ticket sales, and club activities. She's a pianist and also provides accompaniment for the students performing at its annual Florida Bandmasters Association evaluations in Dade County. She is also involved with the Coral Reef Senior High Music Booster Club, treasurer for Genesis Parents Association, and a member of the Junior Civitan and member of the Miami-Dade County Public School ESOP Committee. So she does all of that, and she and her husband John, there he is, John, Attorney John Moss, they live with their family here in Homestead. Well, the American Red Cross and the greater Miami chapter, they're proud to announce that 2 outstanding South Aid residents were among 13 women honored on February 9th for their humanitarian principles of the Red Cross. Excuse me, by working diligently to improve their communities and living up to the principles of humanity, impartial independence, unity, universally and voluntarily their service. These 2 ladies have truly earned these prestigious awards. So with that being said, I'd like to congratulate you, and I have a couple of little things for you here. Cindy, I'd like to present this to you. We, the citizens of Homestead and Mayor and Council, appreciate everything that you do for us, and thank you very much. Would you like to say a few words? No.
Okay. I didn't really have anything prepared. I know that when Michelle and I first found out that we were going to be the recipients of the Spectrum Award, I can tell you that I was very overwhelmed. We were very humbled by the honor, and for myself, I was so happy that someone from the South Dade area, from Homestead, was receiving this award, because I feel like I'm accepting that award on behalf of the women in this room and the women in Homestead who do so much. And I was just very humbled by it, and I'm very appreciative of being recognized. So.
My pleasure.
I'd like to thank the city for recognizing us and the community and all the support that the city gives us, the businesses that support our annual fundraiser so that we can provide funds for the people in need in the South Dade area. Thank you.
And if I might add, I know that the Red Cross, they really have their hands full right now with the crises in Haiti and Chile and just the local community with the fires in Palmetto Bay recently. It was Palmetto Bay, right? And in Miami as well, downtown. So there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of money that needs to still be raised for the American Red Cross. So I appreciate it if you would hold them dear to your heart and know that when donation time comes, you know, we can support them in very small ways. It means a huge difference to the community. So thank you, ladies. I was so proud of you. I read about them in the newspaper, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so proud. So I have to get a picture with you.
And Vice Mayor, if I may add, I had the pleasure of attending the Red Cross Ball. Cindy Kendall, Michelle Moss, you did an outstanding job. It was a beautiful affair. Beautiful. Good job. Item K, Mr. Williams, Internal Revenue Service Tax Update.
Is the representative here? Barbara, is she? Okay.
Greetings, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council members. My name is Barbara Aceval, Senior Tax Consultant with the Internal Revenue Service. For the 6th straight year, I am happy to say that volunteers are providing free income tax assistance at the Homestead Family YMCA, Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Your return is filed electronically, and your refund can be direct deposited in your bank account within 10 days. All of these services are free. There are many new tax law changes for 2009 that will affect your tax return and your refund amount. The earned income tax credit for 2009 is up to $5,657 for a working family with 3 or more qualifying children. There's also a waiver for the first $2,400 of unemployment compensation received. The first-time homebuyer credit has been expanded. It's not only just for first-time homebuyers, for also homeowners that have lived in their home for more than 5 years and wish to replace that home. The credit is $6,500. There's also a tax credit for certain energy-efficient home improvements, and there are many more credits and deductions available, but they told me I only have 3 minutes. So I'm going to leave information. There's a table by the exit door where I'm going to leave information on the new tax credits. You can also go to the YMCA and talk to one of the volunteers. These are community volunteers. Every year, I've been doing this for 6 years. I recruit volunteers in your community. These are Homestead residents who offer their time and their service to you. For more information, you can go to the YMCA and talk to them or visit our website, www.irs.gov. Thank you, God bless, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Williams, item I is yours.
She's already coming.
There you go.
Jan Smith.
Mayor, Council, City Manager, it's with a great sense of honor that I present the 7th consecutive Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting Award for the 2008 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. Special recognition is due to Christy Vizcaino, my Assistant Director, for most of the technical aspects of compiling the statements. She wasn't able to be here this evening. The entire Finance Department, without whose efforts achievement of this award would not have been possible. And I would also like to commend the department directors for their efforts to ensure the accuracy of the financial data and to thank them for all the additional information that they supplied in support of the statements. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next item, consent agenda. Can I have a motion, please, for move it forward? Second? Yes. Give me a motion and a second first. Okay. Discussion. Go ahead, Ms. Wallman.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'd like to, the first item on the agenda, the special call minutes, on page 3, third paragraph down, it states that that I pointed out that the contract of former city managers Kurt Ivey and Mike Shahada were the same, and then it goes on to say Mr. Shahada tells the difference, so they were not the same, so that's a correction that I'd like to make note of. Thank you.
Thank you. It's corrected. All right. Any other further corrections or? Okay, we got a motion and a second. Roll call. Oh, I'm sorry. Back up. A motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Okay, passes. Legislative matters. Richard, would you take them tonight? Read them, please. I know you like the help, the job I did last time. Go ahead. Tab 22.
An ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the city fiscal year budget beginning October 1st, 2009 and ending September 30th, 2010 by increasing both the revenue and expenditure budget by $5,864,913, providing for severability and effective date.
That's why I gave it to you. Don't call that a big number. I'll entertain a motion to move it forward.
I move this ordinance, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Burgess, second. Second, please.
Second.
Second, Mr. Williams. Staff report.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the City Council, this ordinance involves a number of amendments that were due, and at this time we would like to move forward with them. It will basically take care of some unanticipated expenses that we had so far, and it will bring the budget up to par with where we are today. If you like, I can go into the same scrutiny as I went, description as I went to the last time, if that is your wish.
Does anyone so desire? Okay. Questions from council? I'd like to open the public hearing up to the public this time. If anyone like to speak in support of the application? Anyone like to speak in opposition of the application? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. And final comments from council. Roll call vote.
Councilman Burgess?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lobos?
Yes.
Councilman Maldonado?
Yes.
Councilman Shelley?
Yes.
Councilman Williams?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Bateman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next is a resolution, Richard. This is...
Resolution.
Go ahead.
Resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving a request to vacate 2 easements for public use located on Pacific Boulevard west of Southwest 152nd Avenue and Pacific Boulevard east of Southwest 147th Avenue, located within the Oasis Plan Unit Development as legally described in Exhibit A, reserving to the city all rights over any needed public utility easements and providing for an effective date.
Entertain a motion to move it forward.
Move it forward.
Okay, Mr. Williams, second.
I'll second.
Thank you. So let's, staff report.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Madam Vice Mayor, members of the City Council, this is really to cure a scrivener's error that was made at the time of recordation of this plat. This is the roads, the Oasis Road subdivision, which was, I believe, recorded back in 2005. And it's a private subdivision. However, there is language in the description of the right-of-way that describes these right-of-ways as public and instead should be private. We have a notation from our electric department that, where we maintain the right to access and the right to the public utilities that go through those easements, but they are nevertheless a private matter. And so we're requesting that so be reflected on the plat.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Questions from council? Hearing none, I'll open the public hearing. Questions from the public in favor? Hearing none, it's open in opposition. Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. Final comments from council. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? It carries. Business from city manager, weekly reports.
None at this time, sir.
Thank you, sir. City attorney?
None at this time.
Mayor and council, Vice Mayor Wallman.
Just wanted to report that we had our first customer service overview committee meeting last week, and we have 5 more scheduled. And I felt that it was really a success. I know that I'm eager to continue to work with the department. We actually, Barbara and Jerry are here. Thank you so much for being there. I thought we didn't think we would have any results out of the first meeting, and we actually did. So I'll be giving you a full report, Mayor, at the end of our 5 weeks. I also met with Marcy with the Human Resources, and we've narrowed down a list of 5 candidates who have city clerk certification, and I'll be arranging for their council interviews with each of the council within the next 2 weeks, and then we will turn to the auditor's applications and start working on them as well. Actually, we had probably, I'd say, 3 inches worth of applications, but only 5 were qualified to be a city clerk. So I'm very pleased to announce that with Dennis's help, I scheduled meetings with the Homestead Little League, the Homestead Youth League, and the Dick Conley Football League to discuss their contracts, and we'll be bringing them forth very soon. We were a little anxious about meeting because there's been a lack of communication, but everybody walked away from the table, I think, very happy, and we will be scheduling a meeting with the AYSO very, very soon. Wanted to congratulate Yvonne and her National Car Federation show that was held on March 6th in conjunction with the Grand Prix races. It was a great success. I know our cousins came down and didn't even tell us, but just for the car show. So it was just amazing. Also, I wanted to congratulate the graduates from the Southgate Skill Center. About 2 weeks ago, we had a little celebration. We were able to clothe them to give them opportunities to go out for their interviews, feeling very good about themselves. Coal Fire Pizza had an official grand opening. It was great. Food was great. The place was packed. And I'm trying to do this really fast. Relay for Life is May 15th at the Homestead Hospital beginning at 12 noon, and the luminary ceremony will be at sundown. The city will have it's their first annual Homestead Idol competition. Rest assured, I will not be enrolled. At Losner Park at 5:30. Maybe we could put it on the web, Jerry, because Christy Thompson, she's chairing the event, and she's really working hard. The finalists will be chosen at the beginning of the relay on the 15th, and the winner will be singing for the Survivor Lap as well as the luminary ceremony. You must be 15 or older in order to enroll. And the second annual Tea Party will be on April 17th at 11 a.m. in Lakeshore Clubhouse. And again, you can contact Christy at the city for information. And real quick, just want to let you know that our 2010 Easter egg hunt will be Saturday, March 27th. I encourage you to get your tickets now because they're going fast, right, Dennis?
real fast. And the egg hunt will start promptly at 12 p.m. It's $5 per child, but we're going to have face painting, a petting zoo, bounce house, all kinds of good things. And Dennis, that's Bonnie right over there, okay? Okay. That's a... You know what I mean? Okay. Bonnie volunteers for us at our different events, and she's quite talented. So she's going to be, you won't know that she's going to be, but she will be at our Easter egg hunt. So anyway, thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Let me, just two things. Let me first remind everybody about the census, the 2010 census. I know we are running an office out of FICO Williams for the census, and it's very important that we make sure that we fill out our census forms and send them back in so that we can get the appropriate money for our area and Homestead. So it's very important to be counted, and I want to remind everybody about that. The next item, Mayor, if you don't mind, I'd like to bring up Evan Francois so he can tell us about the soccer tournament that he has coming. So if you don't mind, Mayor, if you'll indulge me in that.
No. Evan?
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
City Council, Mayor, everybody in the meeting tonight. What we do every year is we have two cities, so city, Homestead. So we bring the youth together. So we try to keep the young one from the streets, try to find something to do. That way, after school program, we keep them off the streets. So what I do, I teach them how to play soccer. And also, I was volunteers from AYSO 1996, me and Miss Rosemary Bo, also Tony Agui. We used to run AYSO 1996-98. Then I helped with YMCA 1998 to 2000. And also I was a coach for Homestead Senior High School in 2000, 2004. And I helped with Ando Elementary School for helping kids how to play soccer also. So I grew up on that. So now we have the young kids. We have two different leagues here. We have the Spanish League, also we have the Haitian leagues, and we know Homestead in Florida City is the Hispanic, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, and us people. We work as a farm worker, and we try to help the close community. What we do, we collect the best players every year from two different leagues. He become a selection. So the selections every year we go to a big event. It's called Madame Gugos, which is the Haiti Cup. The event always in FIU North, 151 Biscayne Boulevard in North FIU. Also we have home game. We have 3 home games every year. But we never have a chance to play in Homestead. And we always play in North FIU. That's only field we always get, because sometimes we try to get the Harris Fair, and we never have a chance to do so. That way we can bring the people to the community to watch their home team. So I hope this year that we have the city councilman and Mr. Bateman as a mayor. He's a great man. I believe on those guys to help this team out. So especially this year we try to do big thing. We're gonna help the YSO kids. We're gonna help the YMCA kids, and to to help him how to play soccer. Not only soccer now, we do other things. We have kids also who want track. We help them in that. Then that's why I'm here tonight to let the community know Francois is here to help the kids. And for help, we know we are looking for sponsor. And I got a letter here. Also, we have Galata who always help us out to help for the letter every year to pass out to help the soccer. Also pass out to the sponsors. So this year we haven't get any sponsor. Our first sponsor is Mayor Steve Bittman. He's the first guy who's already colored something for us, $500. And that's very good. So we hope everybody help us this year to help out the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's all, Mayor. Thank you. Yes. Oh.
Evan, you need to make sure you get in touch with Dennis over here, Dennis Maytan, because if you need to use fields or whatever, you need to make sure you get those gates secured before they get taken out.
And I assure you, you've got new soccer fields coming. We've got 4 in one location and 2 in another. And this council's going to see it through. You'll have a nice place to bring your tournaments to. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Burgess.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to announce that we still have one opening for the Community Image Board. If anybody's interested, please send their letter of interest to the clerk's office, and she'll get it to us. So thank you very much. This past week, I attended the Little League grand opening on Saturday. I just want to say to the park staff, great job after the rain and the weather. Friday night, I wasn't sure we were going to be out there to partake of the festivities, but the fields were in great shape. So thumbs up to those guys and thumbs up to the mayor for throwing the first pitch. We'll keep that quiet.
Go ahead, tell me.
I didn't tell anyone. You threw the first pitch. And thank you to Dr. Jacobs and Dr. Padron from the Miami-Dade Community College. They had a elected officials and community leader gathering the other day that was very nice to meet some new people and see some faces, familiar faces also. So I just want to say thank you to them for a great event down there. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Lobos.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any city business to discuss tonight.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Maldonado.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a few items here. First of all, I just want to reiterate the bike event that is being put together with the help of Dr. Larry Feldman and Jackie Faust and her assistant here. And we just want to really make sure that the community is fully aware of it. So I'm asking staff that we could get the information from this the bike event, see if we can host it on our website and as well on our channel so that we could get a good turnout. It's a great event, and more information will be online, and so thank you for coming out here and speaking about it. I have another initiative, Google Fiber. My background is in technology, and Google has an initiative. It's called Google Fiber. And they're asking cities throughout the United States who would like to have Google install a fiber optic network in their community to please make their nomination. So with the support of this, with the council, I will nominate the city of Homestead as one of its candidates for the Google Fiber initiative. And what this will do is basically, they will install a fiber optic network that would be a 1 gigabit network here, which is almost unheard of. And they're basically going to get out to the houses, out to the neighborhoods, and they have a really good organization behind this. That they're basically going to help out a lot of the schools, a lot of the communities with getting them online. So I'm going to chase this initiative and nominate the city of Homestead. Another issue that I want to tackle. I'm not sure who I address on this one, Public Works. I had a few calls from some in the community. When you're driving down on 312 Street, 8th Street, in front of a Lowe's shopping plaza, they made mention and actually noticed it, they're not there. We don't have the divider lines on the street, And apparently, yeah, there's been, you got the call? Okay, so then there's no type of lines or dividers in that area, so if we could address that, the city would greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We're looking at incorporating, so that you know, as part of your beautification project along Campbell, a component that would be resurfacing as well the entire length. So it does need some improvement by now, and you'll see it forthcoming.
I think as soon as I got the call, I mean, it's on the way home, so I definitely stopped and looked at it, and it was definitely missing. So I really appreciate the attention that we'll put on it.
We'll tend to that immediately.
And just on the last note, the Education Committee, I've been meeting with a lot of the applicants that have submitted applications, and we will hopefully have them selected, and we will get this Education Committee put together before the next Council Committee. That's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Shelley.
I just have one quick thing. I've been getting a lot of phone calls from residents in my area. They've got a lot of questions about the community center, the senior center. They want to know when it's going to open. They see the fences come down. So if you could give maybe a quick update tonight with the information.
Our anticipated day is going to be sometime mid to late April. We're still working on the furnishings as they're coming in. The telephone system is already in place, I believe, and we will be advertising this on our website as to the estimated day of opening. And we'll also provide some information as to when it's going to open, when it's going to close, and the type of programming that we see forthcoming at the community center.
And how soon do you think that'll be up on the website?
As early as maybe within the next day or two.
Perfect. Thank you. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. I got a couple items, some appointments here. Planning and Zoning Board, we still had one outstanding chair. We had one chair open, and Ron Doris is here tonight. You want to come up, Ron, and just introduce yourself? And Ron Doris is my selection for the final chair on the zoning board. Ron is an architect here within our community. Ron, at one time, actually served on the city council, and I think he'll be a very, very, very valuable asset to the zoning board. I'll give you Ron Doris.
Well, thank you. I just really appreciate the opportunity to serve on the board, and it's quite an honor. I've had my name is Ron Doris, and I've had my business, Ron Doris Architects in Homestead, for a long time now. I almost hate to say it, but I think since 81. So, and it's just a great honor to be appointed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for taking the time to give back to your community. Also, while we're on the zoning board, I'd like to reach out to Ed Powell, who has served. I'm sorry? Sure, come on up. Ed Powell, I'd like to reach out and ask you, because you've got the experience on that board, I'd like to ask you to start off chairing that board, if you would, please.
Thank you. I wanted to come up tonight. Ed Powell, 2274 Southeast 27th Drive. I did want to come up and thank the mayor, the vice mayor, and the council for my reappointment to the Planning and Zoning Board. It'll be about 4 years and a couple of months. And I also like to thank the mayor, whose job it was to pick a chair, and I do appreciate that honor. I do appreciate serving the citizens of Homestead. I've been doing it a lot of years, and over the 4 years, the nice thing is what happened to the city over the last 3 or 4 years. I have that background, so it's not coming in new to a new board. So we're kind of carrying that transition through. And I'm really looking forward to it, and I want to tell you, the mayor shipped me a personal copy of Robert's Rules of Order, and if you'll see, I made a lot of notes in it. So I've been feverishly trying to read, make sure we get our notes in order.
Don't tell them what I wrote inside there.
What's that?
Don't tell them what I wrote inside there.
Loving what?
Don't let me down.
One more issue that South Dade News Leader missed back in November, and I wanted to just mention. You remember the Veterans Day Parade. It was a big issue. Veterans of foreign wars took it over, and they came to the city council a week after the new council mayor was elected, and we're seeking a permit to put on the parade. Well, with that, Mayor Bateman took $1,000 of his campaign money and wrote a check to the VFW to help them put on that Veterans Day parade. Thank you, Mayor.
Forgot that. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, we need a motion to confirm your appointment of
Okay.
Mr. Powell.
Okay, we've got others, but let's go ahead and move for this one, and we'll take it second. Okay, motion?
I move that name, Mayor.
Thank you. And second? Second. Okay, thank you. Shelley, all in favor? Aye. Any nays? Carries. The next item is Southwest Advisory Committee. Would you like me just to...
No, what I'd like to do, Mayor, if you don't mind, I'd like to go through each name and then vote each name up or down for this.
You want me to call them out?
You can, or I can do it.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
All right, we have Mr. Fred Bird. He lives in the southwest area. That'll be the first person.
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor? We're taking it one by one?
One by one.
One by one. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Okay.
Mr. Dwight Lee, he's also a resident of the southwest area.
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Carries.
Adelia Martinez, she's a resident of the northwest area. She ran for council, and she was on the Planning and Zoning Board, and so she was on the board. The first three names were on the board last year as well.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Never done this before, that's cool. Okay, carries.
Mr. Clerk, I made that motion if you missed me saying it. She was looking...
The next name is Patricia Faircloth McCormick. She lives in Oasis, and she also grew up in the southwest area. And so the nomination is for you.
I'll move.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, carries.
Carrie West, she lives in the northeast area of Homestead, and also was on the board prior to. So those are the five. I have two more nominations I'll bring before you next meeting.
I'll move.
Motion to move, second?
Second.
And thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, carries.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, also, I have finished up with a little bit. Yes, I did throw the first pitch out at Little League, and yes, they did give me 2 shots at it. And I just like to say that I proudly represented the city in the past couple of weeks. Actually, the week before last was like four events, but 3 of them that were representing the city at Feast for the Beast at the where was that at? That was at the the zoo. No prayer jungle, yeah, it was Metro-Dade Zoo. It was about 30 degrees, but we hung in there. It was good. It was all good. The next night was Red Cross. Beautiful event, outstanding event. And then Casting for a Cause. All 3 of them, all very good events. And the reason I go through each one of them is because that's how active this community is. People continue to stand up over and over again to do good things for each other in this community. And that was part of my speech at the last event on that Sunday night. And I looked across that room at Capri and, saw a lot of familiar faces, but this is a wonderful community, and we do a lot of wonderful things for each other. And I'm proud of everyone. I'm proud of our staff, and I'm proud of the people in this community. I'm proud to be your mayor. So with that said, motion to adjourn. Second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much for coming.